Hello, today we are presenting Binary Linux Trojan. We are Group 3. This is used for understanding and utilizing Metasploit for binary Trojan creation. The group members are Abhi, Ernest, Hetvi, and myself, Ria. So, we will understand the overview of binary Trojan, why it is important in cybersecurity, and the purpose of this presentation. We will here first discuss about binary Linux Trojan. A binary Linux, a binary Trojan is a type of malware that is disguised as a legitimate application, but performs miscellaneous actions on a Linux system. The characteristics of this are disguised as legitimate software, executable binary files targeting the Linux system, capable of data theft, unauthorized access, and system control. The common uses of this is data theft, system controls, and backdoors. Here we have used a mechanism called as Metasploit. It is a penetration testing framework used to develop and test the exploits. The purpose of this is helps in creating payloads, encoders, and exploits. Comprehensive tool for penetration testing. The relevance of this with Linux Trojan is providing practical insight into the creation and deployment of binary Linux Trojan, offers tools and modules specially designed for this purpose. Now, the next slide will be explained by Hitvi.
So myself, Hetvi, I will explain for creating a binary Linux Trojan. So the steps that includes in this, that is generate payload, that if we use MSF Venom to create a payload, then configure payload, that to set the option like IP address and port, and after that encode the payload to hide the payload using encoders, and then compile Trojan to integrate the payload with the binary, and then deploy the Trojan that uses the various methods to deliver the target to the Trojan. Now the tools and techniques that are used in this, that is MSF Venom, that a tool in Metasploit for generating payloads, and encoders to hide the payloads to avoid the detection. Metasploit modules that are used to create, configure payloads, encoding them, and integrating the binaries. Payloads and encoders. So types of payloads: reverse shell, metapreter, and bind shell. So reverse shell that connects back to the attacker system. Metapreters will do the post-exploitation capabilities, and bind shell that opens a listening port on the victim system. The role of encoders that is used to hide payloads to avoid the detection by the security mechanism. Example of payloads in Metasploits like Linux shell, which is used with reverse TCP. Deployment methods. So the methods for deploying Trojans, that are email attachments, USB drivers, phishing, and the social engineering techniques that are used like deceptions, persuasion, impersonation, and automated deployment. Next will be explained by Abhi, that is live demo.
So here, as discussed, we will perform the live demo. So I have used Linux, Kali Linux as an attacker machine, and the victim will be any Ubuntu machine. So here I will here through SSH I have connected the Kali Linux machine, and here I have attached the Kali Linux machine. So I will perform commands in order to create malicious malware. And here, in order to demonstrate, I will attach that unauthorized code to any live game. And here the live game would be free sweep. So I will first install the free sweep open source game, and then I will attach the malware into that game. So here are the list of commands that I will run. First install that particular game, and then I will add that. So it installed. Here you can see that the game is installed. So I added all the IP address that is equivalent to my attacker's machine. So after installing, I have to create the temporary folder, as the temporary folder will be removed after I shut down my machine. So it will not give any kind of uh, forensic investigation to address that I have done any attacks on some kind of machines, and I have developed any kind of malicious code and added into the package. So I will create that into the temporary folder, the evil folder. So will be this, and here it created the evil folder, and now I will move this from, I will move the package of the game to this temporary evil folder. So this is the command that I will do. So now I can move into the evil folder. It will show me that the package has been uh, moved on. So now I will add the package into the work folder. Here the work is being added. Now I will add the Debian folder inside the work folder. Instead of that, I can check the rights to that particular folders. So I will now add one control file that will give some metadata information to this existing package in order to know that it is legitimate package, so that whenever user will download the package, it will looks like that it is coming from the original website instead of any malicious code. So I will go inside the work as well as the Debian. Now here I will create one, instead of cat, I will add the nano, sudo nano control, and I will copy paste the entire information. So instead of the version is 0.90, I will add the current version in order to look it correctly and to the latest version. This is the information related to the package.
click on the C paste.
I have copied the entire information into this control file, and now I will save that. So that control, it will show me the all the information in the text format, that the information related to this package. So once I did this, so now my next step is to add the post installation script. So it will be the one's kind of shell script within the Debian. So sudo nano and post installation. So it will be some kind of shell script that I have to create. And this is the one kind of shell script that will give me the access right to execute that script. Okay, so now I will save this everything, and then I will run MFS with memory. See, the script has been added. Now here I will execute the payload for reverse TCP. L host will be the IP address of my client, uh, of my attacker machine. So this is my IP address 192.168.139.161. So that is the thing. So I will add this script inside that. Will execute this, and the port number is 443. That is the TCP HTTPS port number. So after running that command, it gave me the output that well compatible encoders, and this is the uh, payload that I have added with this 150 bit, and that is the payload is saved in this resource. So that's why I have added the script in this. So free sweeps underscore scores, that is the payload that is generated. So now my next step is to provide the rights to this post installation script, so that if it is executed on the victim machine, it will be executed with that. It is root level, so I do not have to add the sudo. Otherwise, I need to add the sudo for chmod, change the rights. Now I will build the package for that. So package is now successfully built, and now I will move the package from evil to work dot from work.deb to freesmith deb, and that package would be hosted on /where/www. So the Apache server will run it successfully. So I have to go to /cd.ls. So move this work.db to freesweep.db. From the temp/email. So copy these to /where/w where, but instead of that, I need to copy to HTML because HTML will give me that thing. Now I will go to /www/HTML. So it should show me the package. So I can make the package give us all the now if I need to download this package, so I need to find out that this slash freesuite.db will download the package. After investigating, I found out that the Apache 2 server is not running. So it is see service Apache 2 active. It should be active. So Apache 2 is now started or restart start. So instead of active, I have to start. So now run the Apache 2 server. It will take some time, but it will run. Now again, if I check the status, now it is running. So it should be now it should navigate to the package. I can able to download the same package with that. Actually, I was able to navigate from the local host, but I was not able to navigate from the uh, from my host PC. So first I investigated and tried few options. First I thought that either I need to add firewall rules within my host machine in order to allow Kali Linux. So I turned off the Windows Defender firewall in order to first investigate the root cause. But after turn off also, I was not able to navigate. Afterwards, I thought that either the problem would be from the host machine, or either I need to add the rule into my Kali Linux machine. So Kali Linux port number 80 was not enabled. So I have to add that particular rule into into that into uh, firewall and allow the port 80. So after that, I was able to navigate to the page of the Apache server. So that solved my problem. So now if I navigate to that page, it is somewhat problematic. 168.139.161. So it will now navigate to my Apache. Now, if I want to download this free suite.deb, so it will install this. I don't want to do because it is blocker, so I will block only. I don't want to install this malicious code into my host machine, so I will run the Ubuntu, another Ubuntu machine in order to get that. So I will run this Ubuntu machine. This is 6 GB RAM that I don't know. I only want to install package and then I want to run that game so that I will get the reverse reverse TCP. I will be able to get the access of the control for that operating system of the victim machine Ubuntu V2. Now I will run this machine. It will take some time because two machines are running. So after that, I will convince the victim machine to download my malicious package. Currently, I will only give the wget command, but in real world, I can use it in the form of email address, in the form of email by sending them that kind of spam email. I will force the user to click on that link in order to play some fantastic game. So in that way, I can trick the victim, and victim will download that game, and in that form, it will run my malicious code to get the access of the command prompt of the victim machine. And after that, once I get the access of that command, I will be able to do anything to that victim machine. Either I can delete some of the important files, or either I can remove some important information, or either I can add more malicious code after gaining unauthorized access in order to manipulate his operating system. So I will run the MFS console. So once the MFS console will run, so after that, I will execute the Linux I, I will ask the victim machine to download that package in order to gain unauthorized access of the Ubuntu server. So on the victim machine, I will convince victim to download this malicious package in the form of game. So when the victim will install the package and see it is the connection is okay and this is installed now, I will ask them to install the package. So package will be installed inside the download folder. So So after running the command, I found that the freesweep.db is now installed on the victim machine. So after this package is now uh, downloaded on the victim machine, but I need to install this package in order to abstract the game. So I will run this command. So it will ask for the password and it's successfully once downloaded. If I play this game, it will allow the Kali Linux to gain the access of this machine. See, it is now here. It should. So after running this MFL, after I started to run the game, it asked for it gained the access. The Kali Linux machine gained the access. So if I run this ipconfig, so after installing the DB package for the free speed sweep game, I have to run this command mfs console in order to perform the reverse TCP to get the access. So once this console this commands runs execute the payload. So after that we can ask the victim machine to download that package. And after downloading the package, if they install it on their local machine and started to run that game, so it will allow to get the access of the user. So the payload reverse TCP has been loaded and L host, that is the current host of the Kali Linux machine, an L port. So it started there and I have already installed that freesweep.deb. So after that, if I want to run this command, so it will get the access to that I am now playing, then it now allow the sending access and commit command cell says session1 opened. So so here I get the command cell access of the victim. Here I am writing ifconfig, so 192.168.139.142. So this I am able to get. Here I can write ifconfig clear ifconfig. So it will give me the 192.168.139.142 access of that. This is the IP address and this is the IP address of that 192.168.139.112. I have successfully get the access of that. So that is the main thing. If I write who am I, so it will give me the root username, and here it will be the it is the same as root username. So this is the thing that I can. So I think so we can also go to the download section. I can check the part of that download. So home/abisa/downloads. So that will be the thing, abisa2/download. So if I can /home/cd abisa2, and that will be ls. So here I can go to downloads, and here I can able to see that freescript.db. Here I can delete this file. So I can delete this ls, and here it is showing me I can able to delete the package, so that in order to undo the any malicious package, so that any user won't be able to locate that how I targeted the victim machine. So here if I can remove this like this sweep.deb. See here it is removed from that, and from here also if I do it again, here I am not able to see that. So I successfully deleted the package. So I got the root privilege of the victim machine through this reverse TCP uh, payload of the Metasploit. So this was the entire demo that I want to show, and I have successfully configured it and shown that thing. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so my name is Ernest, and as my colleagues rightly said, we downloaded a free switch game which we installed and we inserted a malicious code in it, and we wanted a victim to click on it so that we can have a reverse shell into the victim's machine. Okay, so Abby did the demonstration, and I'm continuing the detection and evasion. So techniques to avoid the detection is code ossification. This is mostly used in object-oriented programming, where like a code or something has more than one users. So this one, what we want to do is to making the code difficult to analyze. And we go to the rootkit. Rootkit is in the process of hiding malicious activities from the operating system. So the operating system doesn't know the software or the free zip game that we download, that the victim downloaded has this malicious code in it. It just runs the malicious code, but behind the malicious code behind the game is a malicious code installed so that we can have a reverse connection into the victim's machine. We have polymorphism. Polymorphism is changing the code to evade signature-based detection. Every software has a unique digital signatures that comes with it. So what we did was to modify this signature so that it wouldn't look like a virus, so that the user unsuspectingly clicks on and downloads and installs it, then we have access to the victim's machine. So common detection mechanisms, and every malicious software has a way of detecting and detecting it. So we have antivirus software. The antivirus software, it includes endpoint detection software. So this software scans for known and unknown malware signatures. What they do is it's normally based on the more the antivirus software detects this malicious softwares, it saves in the database, and any new software that has this same malicious codes are detected by this antivirus as viruses. So the next thing is the intrusion detection system. This also monitors for suspicious activities within the computer system. Our next step is evasion strategies. The frequent modifications to code using legitimate processes to mask malicious activities. The mitigation and defense strategy. What we chose was the preventative measures, which includes the regular software updates. As we normally know, software machines are prone to attacks, mostly if there's an existing software and there's no code, there's no patch, or you don't update the machine regularly to install known malware activities or known malware patches. It might end up jeopardizing your security or the particular system. So what we advise is for the victim or anybody that can be a victim of this kind of attack is to regularly update their software. Then the next thing is user education and training. We would like to use this opportunity to educate people on how to detect some softwares and how not to just quickly go online and just install any softwares. There are known software scanning tools where you download the software, you pass it through that system, and that system detects if the software has malicious codes or it's anything bad has been embedded in it. And it checks the genuineness of a software before, as a user or a victim, you run that software on your system. You come with a strong password policies. Password policy, it includes MFA and most popular principles, which is what you know, what you have, something you have, something you know, and something you have. So what we advise is the victim or anybody who is a victim of this particular attack should implement all these measures to enable them to be secured and prevent them from being attacked by the same methods. So best practices for system hardening, which includes the firewalls. In firewall, we write rules to prevent known attackers or known IP addresses from sending traffic or packets into our network. So once you get a firewall onto your network, you assign it rules and a access list so that people doesn't have easy access to your network. The next one in hardening the system is to secure configurations. Most of these devices that are on the market now has default settings. Some people are too lazy to reconfigure these settings to make them more secure. And once any attacker comes to your network and scans, what he knows is he goes online, checks the default password or different default credentials of these particular devices. And if you will have these particular things on your network and they have the same default configurations, boom, the attacker can have access to your system and easily perpetuate any malicious intent that the attacker has. The next one is limiting user privileges. Yes, you can't just give any user unrestricted access to the system. You have to conduct something called the role-based access So whatever you are assigned to do is what you can do. So if, let's say, a teller in a bank can just receive money and pay out checks, but a teller in a bank or a front office cannot assign user roles to privileges to others, cannot also disburse loans. It's not in their remit to do that. So based on that, we assign privileges for them. And the next. Okay, so our next slide is mitigation and defense, which we already talked in our first two previous slides, which includes antivirus software, which detects and removes known malware, intrusion detection systems that monitors for suspicious activities in the network or in your computer system, and incident response teams. These are also dedicated teams for handling security known incidents. And we go into the next slide, which is okay, ethical considerations. So the legal implications, these are unauthorized access to systems is illegal and can result in severe consequences. Due to these legal implications, we didn't deploy this particular attack on any other network, but then we installed our own, we installed it on our own system, and we did all this attack. We performed this attack on ethical hacking versus malicious intent. Okay, ethical hacking is authorized testing to improve security, whilst malicious intent is unauthorized actions for personal gains. It includes malwares and all and ransomware and all that, where people attack system or they try to insert they try to put Trojans in softwares. When people download, they have control of the system for some intent or something that they have. Then we go to the responsible disclosure, which includes reporting vulnerabilities responsibly and coordinating with affected parties to mitigate risk. And next slide is conclusion. Conclusion from my colleagues did a very good explanation of the entire PowerPoint presentation. And from the conclusion, we have the summary of key points, which include the definition and characteristics of binary Linux Trojans, steps for creating and deploying Trojans using Metasploit, techniques for detection and evasion. We talk about mitigation strategies and ethical considerations. We talk about future trends in Linux Trojans, increased sophistication in Trojan techniques, enhanced detection and prevention technologies. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So this was our final project presentation.